Hey there. This is Angela D. Stribling from a new podcast, and I'm grateful to have our next guest on. But you know where you can catch us. Make sure you click the link and subscribe to YouTube under the Angela D. Stribling channel. We come to you every Saturday at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on YouTube. I also share it to Facebook, and I'm also sending this to TikTok. And today I am honored to have Miss Ashley Comans on the show, and she is a candidate for state representative in our community for District 34. Hey there, how are you today, Ms. Comans?
Hi, Angela. I am good. I am literally just getting back in the house from knocking on some doors.
Good
And
deal.
I'm feeling good.
Awesome,
How about
awesome. And
you?
I'm awesome. Today was, of course, the eclipse day, so I wasn't outside
Yes.
much today. So I was able to see the darkness loom around while I was working and let it pass me by. So I'm glad you were able to get back in safely and securely, so we can tell our viewers who Ashley Coleman is and why she's running. But first, let's start with letting us know who you are and where do you come from? Where do you hail from?
Yes. So, Ashley Comans, I am actually born and raised in the 34th district, specifically the new
Awesome.
34th district. I currently reside in Wilkinsburg. I have, my goodness. I have been, just a part of this community in this region since I was a little girl. Started school here in Wilkinsburg, around the corner from where I live now at Turner Elementary School. And I graduated high school in Woodland Hills.
Okay.
And then I went to Clarion University for my undergrad. I received a degree in broadcast journalism and communication studies.
Okay.
I originally thought I was going to be like Oprah out here.
Yeah.
And, life has a funny way of maneuvering. And so, growing up in this area, like I was very involved in the community as a little girl, right? I cheered for the Little League here in Wilkinsburg, did Girl Scouts at Johnston Elementary School. And then, I was very involved in high school. Woodland Hills has been really known for like our music program. So I was in the marching band, performing arts. I was a cheerleader.
Okay.
And then I went to Clarion, majored, like I said, in broadcast journalism. I've come up in Pittsburgh through the Frank Bolden Urban Journalism Workshop, which was offered through Pittsburgh Black Media Federation. A lot of my mentors that I'm still in touch with today. I always say, like, I stand on the shoulders of giants here in the
Right.
region who have poured
Right.
into me as a young girl and even as a young woman. I currently I work for Healthy Start. I'm the media and government relations manager. Basically, Healthy Start, we are a maternal and child health focused organization. So Healthy Start's been around for 30 plus years, and they, really support women and children in the perinatal and postpartum
Okay.
stage, and really providing resources for good health care, because we know that
Uh-huh.
that's really important for our communities. And then when we talk about these politics, right?
Exactly.
I got involved. I've always been a registered voter, a registered Democrat since I've been 18. But after the election of Donald Trump in 2016, that was a really big eye opener for me.
Same here.
Um, I woke up that morning that he was elected, and I said, "Oh, I've got to do more
Same
than
here.
just vote." Right. So I decided to go right outside my door, and I ran for school board.
Okay.
And when I ran for school board in 2017, my neighborhood had historically been known as having the highest taxes in the county. When I
Okay.
knocked on doors for the first time in my life, that was like the number one issue of the residents of Wilkinsburg. So, Wilkinsburg at the time when I first joined the board had just started our partnership with Pittsburgh Public Schools, where our students 7 through 12 go into the Pittsburgh Public School system. They're still our children, but that
Right.
is where they receiving their education. We pay for our students to attend Pittsburgh Public Schools. But since that choice and that partnership that we've had, we've been able to do some really good things in our public schools. We've been able to lower taxes for our community. And oftentimes when people hear me say lower taxes, they're like, how can you do that but still, strengthen your schools? And the way
Right.
we were able to do that is because we also receive additional funding from the state, because for us to make this successful, we needed help. So when we talk about fairly fund our schools, I feel like our district is an example of how that does benefit a community. So we were able to restructure our elementary schools into a
Okay.
primary and intermediate focus. We completed the renovation of the elementary school that I actually attended. Turner Elementary School is renovated, and it's a beautiful school. What we've been
Awesome.
able to do that. We have been able to incorporate a Spanish immersion program for our students, pre-K to 6. So all of our students are getting that acclimation into a language. And we did that because with our partnership with Pittsburgh Public Schools, our students weren't able to get into all the magnet programs. So
Okay,
we
gotcha.
language so that our students had full access to the opportunities that Pittsburgh Public Schools provides. And also, just right before I hopped on, our school district has been named one of the best communities for music education. Our kids in
Awesome.
Wilkins are playing instruments. We do, and every year we've had a Disney's musical in schools. This
Okay.
year our kids at elementary school will be doing Frozen. And so that's just been the work that I've been able to do as a school board director. But while doing that work after I was elected, right, it's not about one person. There's been work that we've been building on over the past several years and building a coalition and empowering our community. So, my good friend, Summer Lee, she said, hey, I want to run for state rep. And I was like, all
Right.
right, let's do
Right.
this. So we did that. We ran that race. We built power. We organized. We mobilized our community. And since then, we have seen a change in how we can have representation that's reflective of our communities, and that is
Exactly.
representation, right? That is selected by community and not us being told who should represent us, right? So we
Absolutely.
elected Summer, we elected Sarah, then the next year we elected Bethany Hallam to county council, and then the year after that we elected in 2020 5 women to the Court of Common Pleas. 3 of them were
Right.
Black. We
Right.
also elected Pittsburgh's first Black mayor, and Ed Gainey.
Yes.
Uh,
Yes.
and after that in 2020, what was that? 2021. I'm personally proud of my husband. Actually, wait, no, 2022. That was Ed and my husband. They
And me.
ran for
I was on,
yeah.
yeah, and I ran for
Okay.
council in Swissville. Yep.
Uh-huh. Yes. We began to see that when we organize and when we mobilize in our
Yeah.
communities, we can win. And so that
Exactly.
has been the focus, right? No matter where you live, no matter how much money you make, no matter, who you love, right? Like these should not
Exactly.
be factors in having a good life and being able to take care of the people that you love, right? We know that we need to fairly fund our public schools. We know that we need
Yes.
to increase our minimum wage. We know that communities and folks in the folks that we love deserve to have care infrastructure like paid
Right.
family and medical. There are literal bills in Harrisburg that are being discussed in committee, but we need to make sure that we have people in Harrisburg who are also going to fight and
Exactly.
make the importance of the need in these types of policies and legislation to actually invest in our communities can be brought to the forefront. And if they're not going to just listen to me as one person, I know that I can organize and mobilize my community and bring the people,
Absolutely.
right? Stories, bring their voices, bring their lived experiences. When I'm out knocking on doors in the community, people are still in need of resources. And that means we
Absolutely.
can't get comfortable, right? We can't sit down and act like, oh, things are okay. They're still not okay. We have
Right.
just gotten started with this work that we've been doing. And so it's
Right.
important that we continue to push and we continue to fight for the things that our communities still do not
Yes.
have. And that has just been the focus of my work since I first ran for office in 2017, because
Yes.
I know that this moment requires more of us.
Yes,
Um,
exactly.
it's a lot more than just showing up to vote.
Right. And it has to be a vision for all, like you said. It cannot be just one demographic of people that you're focusing on because we're all there's all demographics have a need of one thing or another. And
Mhm.
I get your information in the mail, I get your emails, and I see the vision that you are working towards. Can you kind of let our viewers know, if when you are elected, what will be your first vision for office?
Yeah, so when elected, of course, the first vision is organizing the office, right? I need to get good staff to be able to be a resource for the community. I
Right,
believe that the office is, going to be a focal point of continuing to organize our community, right? Continuing to build and strengthen relationships across this district, not just
right.
folks who maybe hold a title, right? Every single person who lives in this community deserves to feel like their voices are being heard.
Absolutely.
And I think, I believe that when we focus on communities that have been most marginalized and most, unfortunately, just kind of left out, right? I believe a rising tide lifts all boats. And so when we focus on those who are most in need, we're helping everyone.
Absolutely.
And that, it's fighting for the people, not the powerful, right? Like the people are who should be in the forefront of how we're making decisions. I don't know what's best for everyone, but I do know that I build relationships and connect with the community to understand what the needs are, because like you said, no one person is the same. Our needs are broad. Our needs
Yes,
across this district. This district is so diverse, and it has honestly become even more diverse since the redistricting happened. Um,
absolutely.
that has brought a community like mine to be a part of it. And
Right,
for me, I see it as an opportunity. I see it as an opportunity for, our, boroughs and municipalities to figure out how are we really working together to strengthen the resources that we're able to provide, and also, looking to the state to do their part, right? Small
absolutely.
boroughs and municipalities cannot, sustain everything on their own, and um it requires a larger focus on how we're investing in our needs, whether we're talking about our schools, right? Our
Right,
schools are so important to the foundation of a community, because people are not going to want to move into a community if they don't believe that the schools that their kids will go
right.
to
It's thriving.
of quality. And
Right,
so those things like that are really important. How are we also investing in the empowerment of our community, right? Having a job where you can pay the bills, having a
right.
job where you can keep a roof over your head, having a job where, in addition to being able to do those things to take care of yourself, that you also can find joy, right?
Absolutely.
People don't want to show up to work and work multiple jobs, and then they don't even get an opportunity to enjoy their
The
family.
fruits, exactly.
We have Yeah, we have to fight for good paying jobs so
Right.
people can provide and also, you know, enjoy the moment of being.
Yes,
You know,
yes.
I know too many folks who work 2 and 3 jobs, and when you do
Right.
that,
What type
there's
of
other
really
things.
quality of life is that? Because you don't even get to enjoy and take the time to enjoy the fruits of the labor that you have. Quickly, Ashley, can you break down for the voters and my viewers, what does your District 34, what areas do they encompass?
Yeah, so there are 13 different neighborhoods in this district. 13 is my number because my birthday is September 13th, so it's
Okay.
special. But Braddock Hills, North Braddock, Chalfont, Church Hill, East Pittsburgh, Edgewood, Forest Hills. We have a portion of Pittsburgh, which covers a part of Point Breeze and Homewood, Rankin, Swissvale, Wilkins Township, and Wilkinsburg.
Okay. And so you've been out here pounding the pavement in all those
Yes.
different areas, and we're going to need
Yes.
you to go out on April 23rd. The reason I remember this day because my birthday is the day before, April 22nd. So we're
Ah,
going to need you to get out on April
yeah,
23rd and definitely vote for Ashley because it's important that we have representation in these seats that we know are going to be for the whole of the community and not just for a few. And I
yeah,
love your one tagline I got. You were the working mom, and I thought
yeah,
that was just so. And what made you come up with that idea? Because moms, by the way, we work to make everything whole, and we're nurturing, we're empathetic, and we meet the needs of all people. So what made you guys come up with that?
yeah. So because as a working mom, I think that just resonates so much with the community. I know a lot of working moms, right?
Yes,
We don't live in a time right now where most moms can just stay home, right? We've got to do
right.
the things needed at home, and we also go to work. And I think it's important to also point out, like, we need more moms in
Yes,
leadership and in representation.
yes, yes.
Same way I will take care of my family and fight for my own children is the same
Right.
way I will fight for this community and the residents of this district, because that's the only way we will see the needed changes to improve our community. Nothing is ever going to be given to us, and nobody is coming to save us. We must
Absolutely.
work and fight for the things that we need in our own community, and
Absolutely.
that's
That's
I'm a
it.
working mom.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's it. That's it. So, is there anything else you would like to share, or you think you've covered everything? Because I'm going to give you an opportunity to get it all out because April 23rd is what, about 2 weeks from now? So, I guess
Yes,
you're still pounding the pavement.
we are 2 weeks out from this primary. I think I want to make it very clear that our campaign is people powered. Our
Yes,
campaign is not about Ashley. I just happen to be the candidate who has chosen to put myself out here in one of the most vulnerable spaces that I've ever been in, but it's for a good cause, right? Because
yes,
when we elect champions for the community, everybody gets to win. And that has
absolutely.
always been the motivation and why I do this work. We have as a region in this community that has overwhelmingly been in support of the change in what our leadership looks like in Allegheny
Right.
County. It is so important that we recognize that we are not finished yet. We are not done with
Absolutely.
this work. And for me, I am completely honored to have, the endorsement of these leaders like Congresswoman Summer Lee, our county
Yes.
executive Sarah Murato, and Pittsburgh Mayor Ed Gainey, who was my former state representative prior to the new district, right?
Right.
And I
That's a
think that
big
that is
deal.
a testament, yeah, that is a testament to the work that we have been doing together for the past several years to really bring in a change in how our representation is fighting for us. Um,
Yes.
we are not done. And I can't
Yes.
express that enough. We are not done. We have just gotten started with this work. And so I think it's so important that people recognize that we must continue to show up. We
Yes.
must continue to vote. We must
Yes.
continue to, recognize that we're working for the many, not the
Right.
few.
Right.
And
Right.
as we continue to do that, like, our young people, they deserve to see they deserve to see what they can be and what they can do.
Absolutely.
Um,
Absolutely.
because when I was growing up, I didn't get to see the things that I'm seeing today.
Right.
And so
Exactly.
I think about our young people, when I think about,
Yes.
and I also want to talk about our seniors too, right? I feel like it's so important that we also don't lose sight of, the folks who have done the work before me. You know,
Yes.
I've knocked on the doors of some of my elders, and I am just completely, thankful for their work, because if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be able to do the things that I'm doing today. So it's also important
Absolutely.
that we are, protecting their dignity and their right to age gracefully and to
Absolutely.
retire, with peace. And
Right.
that is a part of, having this fight for all of us. And I know that I won't let my community down.
I'm sure you won't. And I'm thank you so much. I know you're busy, but I wanted you to come on and just share your story. And just remember, April 23rd, get out there and vote
Sure.
as the Comans State Rep candidate PA 34. And I'm getting the word out for you. And as I always say, of
You.
course, this is Angela D. Stribling. Take care, stay blessed, and remember, pay attention, ladies and gentlemen. But don't forget, go vote April 23rd.